Oh, hello. Welcome to the Cobham stand. Really interesting piece of tech just here. I don't know a great deal about it apart from it's something to do with direction finding. But in this direction here is a man who'll be able to tell me all about this and what else Cobham has on its stand here. He is Alistair Wilson, VP of Business Development for Cobham. How are you doing, sir?
Good morning and welcome to the Cobham stand.
Thank you very much for having us. So, first of all, Cobham, well-established name in the aeronautics industry. Tell me what conversations Cobham's having here at Helitech International.
Cobham has a very varied portfolio. A lot of people may not understand Cobham specifically. What we have here today at the Helitech show is all of the capabilities relevant to the helicopter industry and what we call special mission operations.
Special mission operations. I like the sound of that. Yeah. Tell me more and how that relates to what we've got in the display cabinet behind us.
So there's three key areas, I believe, that Cobham offers capabilities into this market in again, what we call special mission operations. It's around communications effectiveness, it's around navigational resilience, and it's around protection of assets. And I'd like to talk around a little bit on what we've got on the stand in terms of what that means.
Yeah. Let's do it. Which one do you want to start with?
So we'll start with perhaps the good ones, which is protection of assets. What we've got here is a direction finder. This is a new launch this year. So our pedigree in direction finding came from the combat search and rescue missions. So we have this technology evolved from direction finding for combat search and rescue.
I'm just going to stop you there for just a second. Direction finding, that sounds as though it's something that I should understand, like a compass, but there's a more specific use that we're talking about here for direction finding?
Yeah, you've got multiple types of beacons on different frequencies for search and rescue missions. So whether that be COSPAS, SARSAT, or the GMDSS, VHF beacons, lots of messaging and decoding and very precise location accuracy that we can achieve with this, as well as interface with pilots on the thing that you were just talking about.
Let's have a quick look at this, just because I was looking at it earlier on. Just quickly, just tell me what this achieves.
This particular interface is a display that's used on the direction finding capability. So a pilot has a very simple interface for their visual recognition of set a bearing that's provided for by the direction finding antenna, and that then beacon location and range and bearing is given for a very quick and effective search and rescue mission. Okay. So this is a technology that we're evolving all the time. This particular, it's launched in white. That's clearly a commercial application. It's for the oil and gas search and rescue market. As we get higher incidence of things like people migration, people in distress more commonly, and the assets of the real search and rescue, Coast Guard type government agencies gets under pressure, this allows alternate capability to also be installed on normal commercial fleets like oil and gas operations as well.
Okay, brilliant. What else have you got in your display here?
That was sort of positional accuracy I'll go into next, which is about navigation resilience. So Cobham has a suite of common GPS type antennas. We've also got the evolving GNSS, which is the GLONASS and Galileo satellite constellation positional fixes, and also slightly more in a paramilitary police or type application. You've got effectively GPS is not very resilient to jam. And that can sometimes be inadvertent jam commercially as well. A guy in his truck has got a low-cost jammer in there that might inadvertently also jam your positional accuracy. So our solution for that is to be able to retrofit the GPS patch antenna, or indeed in the future the GNSS antenna, with a multi-patch, what we call a SERPA rather than a FERPA, coupled with some electronics, which allow you to keep your, effectively it's a, don't talk to the hand. You jam the signal, or you do an opposing jam, right, such that you can then understand where your positional accuracy is.
Jamming the jam. So there we have a GPS anti-jam unit and technology there. Love this. Good stuff. Good stuff, Alistair.
So then we go to communications. Yes. So on the communication side, we've got both commercial and military applications. On the military side, we've got some kit on here, which is our tunable antenna and logic control units. There's another one there, a low-profile tunable. The reason for that is you've got to work with the latest high-end radios. The technology actually originated a long time ago, but Cobham is one of the few that is able to provide the tunable technology. And the evolution is now to work at higher powers and different frequency bands. You've got to be very specific on your frequency band. So those are all the new tunable antennas.
But of course, I mean, when we historically have talked about comms, it's been voice. But now we're talking about data as well, aren't we? About images, if that's your game, or, general IP connectivity, right?
Correct. There's a couple of things I just want to take you through on that journey. We're going to end up here with an integrated antenna to talk about data comms, but we've also got, on the comms side, the Tetra radio. So the UK emergency services fleets are all equipped with our Tetra.
That's this black box just here, isn't it?
Yeah, effectively this is airborne qualified and certified to interface with the land Tetra system. So we sell this globally, but we are installed on all the UK fleet. And that interfaces with a very simple device in terms of your selection of either you can talk to a talk group, so you can actually interface from an airborne perspective. You're networking with all of the emergency services, whether it be fire, ambulance, police.
So group chat.
Group chat.
If we're talking WhatsApp here, group chat.
Yeah. So of course, evolutions from here. We've got the trusty mobile phone. So that is all going to go LTE wise, which brings me back, if that's okay, to what's happening next. So Tetra, we fully airborne qualified a robust interface for Tetra, and the future comes with LTE, as we've talked about, and also with integrated antennas. So what we're talking about here, you see a plethora of things. If you go and look out on the static displays, you'll see multitudes of antennas sticking out like a hedgehog. That one is potentially unsightly in the commercial market. We want to create a sleek type of aircraft that will give you, certainly lower drag, so you get some better operational efficiency. But more importantly, you can eliminate weight by packaging multiple functions in a single device. So this is an example of a Fincap. So this would sit on the top of a tail of a helicopter, and you can have multiple functions that we talked about in the one antenna. So there's a complex structure in there, which you've got different elements of that antenna structure, which will do your comms, could be data comms, could be positional antennas as well in there, and tunables potentially as well. So this is a really interesting evolution of the market as we talk to now.
This is the future that you've got on the top shelf, basically.
Absolutely. Plus all the data comms we talked about. LTE is clearly coming upon us, so you can transmit high bandwidth data and video.
Antennas. You're an antennas guy, and we've talked a lot about antennas. That's not the only conversation that Cobham's having here today, is it?
That's right. I mean, there's the radio and audio management piece. So another part of Cobham that's represented here. So here you see an evolution to what was traditional audio management devices, which are cockpit control devices for your multiple comms activities, to radio management, and then the future is integrated. So this is a software-defined platform. You can effectively control the interface with a single panel for both radio and audio management. So that's, you see an evolution here of the traditional audio, and this is digital now as well. So you can do, you can position the voice from different people such that you can get an easier understanding.
Kind of spatial, 3D spatial understanding of sound in the cockpit. Wow, that's amazing.
So you're not just hearing a squelch of, I don't know who's talking to me, actually the fire service is talking from over here, and maybe the ambulance is down there or whatever.
That's fascinating. I really like it. It makes perfect sense, but yeah, really, really good stuff. And because it's software, it means that you can repurpose that, update it without having to update the hardware quite so much.
Absolutely right. It's just about, and the other thing is you can save some space in your cockpit by having that configurable interface. The same is true of our latest Tetra and DF interfaces. They can all start to interface through your comms bus into a more manageable cockpit.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Alistair. Tell me, how has Helitech International been for you so far? Have you been having good conversations with your customers?
Very much so. I think there's a lot of installed fleets out there that are looking and are hungry to upgrade their capabilities. So this is more about how do they get the capability into their aircraft. So you can see a lot of the people represented here are those sorts of people that provide not only new helicopters, but also they will get involved in the upgrades and retrofit market where you can input that capability.
And it's working all right for you. I mean, you've been here before. You're here now. Clearly, you're kind of hopefully a happy customer here at Helitech International.
Absolutely, there's a lot going on, obviously, in the emergency services sector, what we call the special mission. Not only that, though, we're looking forward to hopefully a resurgence back in the oil and gas market in the baseline commercial helicopter business.
Well, good luck with all of that. For now, Alistair Wilson, VP of Business Development at Cobham, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.